If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory, then you know Sheldon and Amy have a little computer, probably like a YouTube show called Fun with Flags. So you can see that I'm paying homage to that, and I am titling this new series Fun with Fuelings. And so I've done one already. I'm going to do another one today. So join me as I do a little hack, which is unusual for me, but I want to try out an interesting hack with a fueling. So come along and have fun with fuelings with me. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey using Optavia's 5-in-1 program. As part of the Optavia program, you eat 5 fuelings spread out throughout the course of the day, and those fuelings come to you packaged in your monthly Optavia box. Typically, we take those fuelings, most of them we mix with water, some of them get heated, some of them you make into shakes. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take the Decadent Chocolate Brownie, I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of PB2 powder, which counts as half of an optional snack, and some water, and I am going to make a candy bar. I'm going to give it a try, see if it works. So I have this silicone candy bar mold. It looks kind of white because I washed it. So, a friend of mine actually sent this to me, and I am going to mix 3 tablespoons of water. I may need a little bit more, but I'm going to kind of experiment this because I don't know that 4 tablespoons will be too much. The Decadent Chocolate Brownie mix. I'm going to dump that in there. And it has those little Greek yogurt chips in there, which will make it interesting. And then 1 tablespoon, this is just peanut butter powder, so ground up peanuts. It's got some sugar and salt, but 1 tablespoon is half of an optional snack. So you get 2 tablespoons. And you know me, or maybe you do, I don't do a lot of hacks where I do anything with the fuelings other than add water. But this one was so interesting to me. I very rarely use the optional snack, and this is half of one. And the other thing is I like to save my condiments for my lean and green meals because I like extra flavor. And I think I do want to put a little bit more water in here. Whoops. Let me keep measuring it. So I'm going to put in another tablespoon because when I watched a video of somebody doing this, it was rather liquidy. So I'm going to get this all mixed up, and then I'm going to pour it into this candy mold. And I suppose if you had some other kind of candy molds, you could do this as well. This is going to go in the freezer. So I'm going to pour this into the candy mold. I'm going to spread it, help it spread out a little bit. I'm going to get as much of this out of here as I can, so try to scrape off your spatula. And then just kind of spread this out a little bit. Get it into all of the corners. Yeah, I'm really surprised. When I watched somebody do this on a YouTube video, they poured the mixture in on the counter, but these are super flexible, and I would not recommend doing that because you're going to have to move it. So go ahead and put your candy mold on a baking sheet, and that way when you move it, you're moving the baking sheet and you're not flipping that thing around. I did want to just really quickly say that the reason why I don't typically add anything to my fuelings other than water is I really feel as if some scientists, some doctors, some nutritionists have worked really hard to develop the Optavia program. And when you start moving things around, you mess with the system that they've set up. That's my opinion. And so, you know, you talk to your coach, you work with your coach, and make sure that you're doing the program that works for you. But if you are at all struggling, you've been on Optavia for a few weeks or a few months, and you're just not seeing the weight loss that you thought you would see, let me encourage you to evaluate, how do you do the Fuelings? Do you move condiments around? Do you hack things in a way that you're adding things to your Fuelings other than water? And also, are you drinking straight up plain water? And that's another thing, is that 64 ounces of water that they recommend that you drink should be plain, just plain water. So this is filtered water. I actually, if you've watched any of my videos a lot, you might know that I drink actually 3 of these, which this is a 40-ounce bottle. So I drink 3 of these, which is 120 ounces, and then I usually drink a little bit more. So I try to get in a gallon of water, which is 128 ounces, of just straight up plain water. If I want to have some seltzer, if I want to have some herbal tea, then that would be on top of the water that I drink. I do also drink coffee first thing in the morning. I drink my coffee black, so that also does not count as my water. So if you're at all struggling, just evaluate how you're doing your Fuelings. Are you just making them with water, or are you moving things around? You might find that you are not as successful with the program if you are making your Fuelings with things like almond milk, or you're doing Laughing Cow cheese on something. And it's fine to do that if you keep track of your condiments, but it may be something that is hindering your weight loss. So I just want to put that out there as a thought for you to consider. I'm going to take this out to my garage and put it in my freezer so that it will freeze solid, and probably tomorrow I will finish recording this because it will take some time for this to freeze, and I will show you what this is like and even taste it as one of my Fuelings tomorrow. It's supposed to be like a candy bar. So we'll see, and I will see you back here tomorrow. All right, it's day 2, and it's time to try out this chocolate bar Fueling. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna peel. Well, that's easy. Looks just like a chocolate bar. It's amazing. Look at that. All right, so if I were to break it, it's pretty hard. Let me see. Might be a little messy to eat, but ooh, it's going to be good. It's very chocolatey. It's not too hard, but it's going to take me a little while to eat that. It is really good. It tastes like peanut butter. It tastes like chocolate. Kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup. What could be better? Give this a try and see what you think about it. I'm going to try a couple of other frozen Fuelings at some point, so I've got those to look forward to. If you have ideas for Fueling combos or some Fueling transformations that you think might be fun, just let me know in the description, in the comments box down below. Just keep in mind that I don't add anything to my Fuelings other than water. This one was an exception for that PB2 powder, but I'm not going to use egg beaters or things like that. So keep that in mind. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.